Yo, what's up guys, welcome to my humble YouTube channel where I bring you fanfiction that will brighten your days. Before we start, a subscribe is greatly appreciated, and don't forget to leave a like and ring the bell icon so you won't miss exciting new fanfiction stories. Rimuru X Harem, Regret and Returning into the Past. By peaches0531. Chapter 30. After arriving at Tempest with Blanc, Rimuru thought of living Blanc with Shizu for a while at the school in Tempest. He was planning to meet up with Rimuru to talk about the structure of the labyrinth. Earlier that time, Shizu had her afternoon drink mixed up. Gobta was in charge for that afternoon in delivering the snacks for the school department and the dwarfs. Since some dwarfs preferred to drink beer in the afternoon when taking breaks, Gobta accidentally mixed some of the drinks. Unluckily, it was Shizu that got the mixed up drink. It was a sweet kind of beer she didn't even notice because it was paired with cakes. Rimuru arrived at the school but only saw Eren. Then Eren told him about what had happened. Rimuru left Blanc together with Eren, who took Shizu's place, continuing the lesson inside the room. Rimuru instantly teleported into the teacher's office only to find Shizu laying her head in the teacher's table. "Are you okay, Shizu-san? Is that you love he?" Shizu had really low tolerance against alcohol. Now she's dead drunk. Shizu dropped to the floor. Seeing this, Rimuru rushed towards her, thinking of helping her up. "Love. My butt hurts hic." Rimuru leaned closer at Shizu. What's this?" Shizu grabbed Rimuru's dick, making it erect. Shizu, you're drunk, get up, I'll bring you to the castle," Rimuru said worriedly, but his face was starting to get red. Drunk? What the hell?" Then Shizu pulls down Rimuru's silk-like jeans, and with that Rimuru and Shizu did the deeds. After leaving Shizu to rest in the castle, Rimuru arrived right in the exact area where Veldora in the past timeline destroyed a small portion of land because he was releasing some of his overflowing magicule. It was around 10 kilometers away from Tempest, and it was also part of the main road facing the western nations. Rimuru then sends a thought communication with Rimuru. After a few minutes, Rimuru arrived along with Beretta. "Yo-hoo! What is it, Rimuru?" Rimuru asked curiously. "Remember when you told me that you wanted to stay here in Tempest? What do you think of making a labyrinth in this area?" Rimuru asked while looking at the area. "Really? You will let me build my labyrinth here?" Rimuru got excited after hearing what Rimuru offered her to do. Smirks. "Not only that, you not only get to have a new home, but you will also get some extra profits out of it," Rimuru said with a bribing face. "What? How, Rimuru? I don't want to be called the penniless demon lord anymore," Rimuru asking with stars in her eye. "Well, I am planning to have a tournament in the coming months and have an official founding day for Tempest." Rimuru continued. "I will be inviting several nations to attend the festival and also accept wandering visitors and travelers. I am thinking of promoting your labyrinth as part of the event in the festival." Then Rimuru continued to explain about his plans regarding the labyrinth, like in the past timeline. Rimuru will still be the one who manages the labyrinth. On the 95th floor that will serve for those who challenges the labyrinth, the floor includes a resting place, also some diners, souvenir shops, equipment shops, elf cabaret, one that's similar to night butterflies, and a research facility for elves, dwarves, humans, and vampires. Then at the 100th floor, it will be wider compared to the other floors. It will facilitate Veldora and Cherry's individual rooms with a wide training ground. Rimuru's private lab for her research projects, Rimuru's private lab where he can run his passion projects, and the Strategic Military Control Battle Command Center, commonly known as the Control Room, in the past timeline. That room houses the displays of physical magic, Argos, for surveillance, and is the place where military strategy meetings were held. It's also possible to directly access other important facilities housed in the labyrinth from here, and will also have direct access to the castle and meeting hall in the main government building of Tempest. After sorting out his ideas with Rimuru, Rimuru goes back to his office. It was already past 5 p.m. The only individual inside the office was Ciel. Velzard returned there earlier but later on decided to have a tour in Tempest along with her nieces. When Rimuru entered his office, he saw Ciel doing the paperwork for him. Rimuru walked closer to her and hugged her from behind while smelling her hair. "It looks like my Ciel is working hard," Rimuru gently said while resting his chin in Ciel's shoulders while hugging her. Less than him greater than Ciel just paused for a moment, smiled and continued working on the stockpile of papers that needed to be approved. Rimuru started making small teasing bites onto her ears and then slowly pulled Ciel to face towards his direction. They then switched positions, Rimuru now sitting on his chair while Ciel is sitting sideways on his lap. Rimuru then lifted Ciel's hair aside and started caressing her face. "Thank you for always working hard, my Ciel." Ciel responded with a slight nod and gave off a little genuine smile. Rimuru then started kissing her shoulders and slowly moving towards her neck. Ciel closed her eyes while being slightly red and then started to hold onto Rimuru's hands, placing it close in her chest while exhaling hot gusts of air along with little light moans. Not long after, Rimuru looked at Ciel directly in the eyes and gave her a sweet smile and touches her cheeks down to her chin, lifting her head slightly. Rimuru leans closer and started doing light kisses into Ciel's small pinkish red lips. Then after those light kisses, Rimuru's tongue slowly entered Ciel's mouth, finding hers. They started doing a French kiss, but being less aggressive each time their tongues meet. They slowly savored each one's saliva while holding hands. After about 5 minutes, they separated. Then Ciel gave Rimuru a quick kiss on his cheeks and hugged him. Less than I love you since, until eternity dear. Greater than, I love you too, my Ciel. My lord, Diablo suddenly uttered. Rimuru was surprised after hearing Diablo. Cough. How long have you been there, Diablo? Rimuru asked. Less than fufufu dear. Diablo was already there right after when we switched positions. Greater than. Aha. Haha. I knew that. I definitely sensed him, Rimuru while laughing awkwardly. I literally didn't notice Diablo. I was too focused on Ciel earlier. I was so focused that I didn't bother to be on guard, and turned off some of my resistance to feel that moment earlier. My lord is really magnificent. That kissing style was so divine. Oh, how I envy Lady Ciel. Diablo while raising his hands in the open air as if he was some sort of priest giving off a verse. Stop. Cough. Rimuru noticed another individual behind Diablo, an alluring lady with waist-long white hair, wearing a teal-colored dress, having red eyes, and had a curvy body structure, while kneeling, but her face was slightly blushing after seeing the small flirty event that had happened. Unfortunately, her beautiful face was covered in bruises. Diablo gave her a good beating. For Diablo, his lord's order are absolute and must be executed as soon as possible. It doesn't matter how he does it. What matters for Diablo is to have results as early as possible. Earlier, Hell had been divided into 4 territories. Each part had a primordial governing over the other demons within their territory. Diablo, after arriving at Hell, traveled as fast as he can until he reached a broken-down castle in the western part of Hell. He landed down gently from the broken roof of the castle. Well, what brings the infamous Black here at my territory? Blanc said while sitting on a run-down stone throne. Fufufu. Please refer to me as Diablo from now. Oh, you had a name now? How interesting. You didn't come here just to brag about it, did you? Blanc said, seemingly uninterested. You are quite good at reading the situation, Blanc. I came here to fetch you up for my lord and serve under him. Diablo said with a wicked smile. Your lord? I don't care if you wish to serve under someone, but don't drag me into it. Blanc was already using one of her skills, temptation, but it didn't seem to affect Diablo at all. Blanc was already using one of her skills, temptation, but it didn't seem to affect Diablo at all. Fufufu. I didn't ask you to. Like I said, my lord sent me here to fetch you, but sadly for you, he didn't say anything on how I should do it. After seeing that temptation didn't affect Diablo, Blanc cast several trap nuclear magic in different blind spots. Using magic perception, she smartly placed multiple traps and triggered them at the same time. Boom. Multiple explosions were heard in a split second. Fufufu. Was that your final answer? Diablo was wiping off some of the dust particles from his butler outfit. Blanc rushed towards Diablo, having super strength. Every punch of her can easily crush stone boulders, even penetrate a tank's armor like it was butter. But Diablo easily dodges her attacks, and after a few seconds he catches Blanc's fist and spins her around, then throws her towards the stone throne. The collision was so strong that the throne crumbled and buried Blanc with it. Then Diablo uses spatial teleportation, appearing right in front of Blanc, which was still under the scattered boulders of the stone throne. He then grabbed her by the neck and kicking her right in the gut, Then she was sent flying into a wall and Diablo followed up by throwing off multiple punches on her face, causing her to lose consciousness. After that, Diablo grabbed Blanc unconscious back into Rimuru's office. I forgot to remind Diablo to take it easy on her. Diablo really didn't hold back. Testarossa had the same beat-up face that she had in the past timeline when I first saw her after Diablo bring them in along with Carrera and Ultima. Rimuru felt guilty about what happened to Testarossa because of his recklessness. He left Ciel in the chair and walked closer to Testarossa, then heals her. "Thank you, my lord," Blanc said while lowering her head. "You don't need to kneel, and I am sorry I forgot to tell Diablo to pick you up nicely." Rimuru while extending his hand towards Testarossa. "Diablo." "Why yes my lord." Diablo was nervous after seeing Rimuru worriedly looking at Blanc. Diablo didn't want to see his master having discomforts. "It's my fault, my lord, I should be punished accordingly." Diablo while kneeling. "Calm down, I am the one to blame, please go to the kitchen again, and ask someone to bring in tea and..." Rimuru looked at Ciel. Less than bread with strawberry jam and some peanuts greater than. Ciel casually said while still doing paperworks. "Yes." Then 2 slices of cake. Rimuru followed. "Yes my lord." Then Diablo vanished. Testarossa grabbed Rimuru's hand and stand up, then uttered. It's my fault for being not strong enough my lord." Diablo was just following orders. "Even so, I didn't want to force you or anything. Go on and sit yourself." Rimuru uttered and sitted in the opposite side facing her. "I would like to ask you if you want to be my subordinate." "I will gladly accept your offer, my lord. Serving a powerful master is the highest honor I will be happy of," Blanc answered instantly. "Then as a gift for being my subordinate, I will give you a physical body and a name." Rimuru made a body double and let Blanc inhabit it. "From now on, you will be Testarossa. Live up to your name and serve me well." Then Testarossa was engulfed with magicules from Rimuru, forming a cocoon-like shape. Then she emerged from the cocoon. She's now wearing a black military uniform with baggy pants. Testarossa will be forever loyal with my whole well-being and body to my lord." Testarossa while kneeling. "No need to be formal, you can just call me Rimuru." "Yes Rimuru-sama," said Testarossa.